Hello, I'm here for the final New Horizons series. This is the fourth week of January. So let's choose joy with depth. As women, many of us reach a moment after a hard season when things finally begin to slow down, maybe steady themselves. It's time when we think, okay, the crisis has passed. The ground feels steadier. Yeah, our feet feel strong, like, let's go, let's go. And yet, even then, joy can feel strangely out of reach. I know all this because I've been there. And it's not because we don't want joy, it's because we don't quite trust it. So, what do I mean by that? When you've lived through illness, loss, grief, prolonged stress and anxiety, or other traumas, joy can feel complicated. It can feel fragile or non-existent. Sometimes it even feels inappropriate, like I shouldn't be feeling joyful, as if we're embracing joy means minimizing all we've endured or moving on too quickly from something that caused us great pain. So, if we haven't met before, my name is Terry Stirk. I am a wellness coach and author, and I serve women just like you and like myself, those of us who have experienced challenging seasons. My aim is to help you nurture wellness of body, mind, and spirit. So, today, in this next chapter of our New Horizons series, I want to talk to you about what it means to choose joy in depth, not surface level happiness, not forced positivity or toxic positivity, but a grounded, honest joy, the joy that grows from your lived experience and carries wisdom with it. Because new horizons don't require a perfect map, but they do require courage. And choosing joy after hardship is one of the bravest choices we can make. After difficult seasons, many women unconsciously adopt a posture of emotional guarding. We learn to brace ourselves for the next bad thing to happen. We stay alert. We learn to expect the unexpected. And that vigilance once served a purpose. Yes, it helped us get to survival. It helped us get through that awful situation. But over time, it can quietly crowd joy out of our lives. I've heard women say things like, I can't relax. What if something bad happens? If I let myself enjoy this, I'll jinx it. If I'm joyful, does that mean I really hurt? Did I make all this up? How do I really feel? Those thoughts don't come from weakness. They come from your lived experience. They're real feelings. So I'm not saying we just ignore them, but I'm saying that joy can help us be vulnerable. Joy requires vulnerability, and that openness can feel unsafe after painful experiences. So instead of joy, we choose seriousness. We stay prepared, we stay guarded, we stay emotionally on watch. But here's an important truth. Staying guarded long after the storm has passed can prevent healing from fully taking root. Even if you're right in the midst of it right now, joy is not a denial of your pain. It is a sign that pain no longer gets the final word. Joy during and after hardship is not shallow, it's strong, and it's deep. So, one reason joy feels so confusing is that we often mistake it for happiness. Well, happiness and joy are not the same thing. Happiness depends on your circumstances, on how things are going, how we feel on a certain day, or whether life feels easy. Joy with depth is a whole different thing. Joy with depth is acknowledging your grief. It remembers your loss. It honors where you've been and all you've endured. And it chooses engagement with life to move forward. This kind of joy is quieter. It doesn't need to announce itself or prove anything. It's not a gold medal. It shows up in ordinary moments, a calm morning, a beautiful sunset, shared laughter with the people you love, a sense of peace that arrives without explanation. Joy with depth doesn't ask life to be perfect. It simply asks us to be present, present in our life. And presence is where healing continues. There are a few quiet beliefs that often stand between us and joy. I call them limited beliefs. One of them is that joy means forgetting what happened. But choosing joy does not erase your story. It means you carry it differently with your wisdom, and it doesn't weigh so heavy because joy allows you to lighten up a little bit. Another belief is that joy must be earned, as though suffering long enough somehow qualifies us for goodness later. No, 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 that's not true. Joy is not a reward. It is not something you have to justify. It is a part of what makes us human. So let's engage and hold on to it. Perhaps the most difficult belief is to release the idea that joy makes us vulnerable. Some people find it hard to be vulnerable, but in truth, it's not difficult. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's not the opposite of strength. It is a form of strength. Closing your heart forever may feel safer because you don't have to feel the anguish or the grief, but it costs far more in the long run. Choosing joy, even cautiously, is an act of resilience. Choosing joy with depth does not mean forcing yourself to be upbeat and happy and all smiles all the time, but it does mean creating space for joy, choosing to arrive to joy naturally. It often begins very small. It might be just letting yourself enjoy a warm cup of coffee on a cool morning, sitting quietly, not rushing through the coffee. It might be noticing all the beauty around you, watching the world wake up, stepping outside. You see the beautiful world. Maybe it's on the ship. There's flowers all around, or there's palm trees on the nearby island. Whatever it is, you don't have to ignore it. Enjoy it. Joy with depth, it coexists with being honest with your feelings. You can still say, okay, I'm healing. I've been through so much and I'm healing. Or I'm grieving. I miss her so much. Or I don't have everything figured out. I don't deserve joy. But you can feel all that and still say, but this moment is so much fun. I'm enjoying myself. That's not a contradiction. That's emotional well-being. That means you're acknowledging the bad feelings and you're also acknowledging the good feelings, the joyful feelings. You're choosing joy. And when joy appears, even briefly, you don't need to analyze it or apologize for it. You can simply let it be. So, in closing today, I want to leave you with this reminder. Choosing joy does not mean you've arrived and now you're all healed. No, healing is a lifelong journey. It's like peeling an onion. We keep learning every day, every week, every year. Choosing joy means we're willing to live again. Joy with depth is not loud or a performance. It's steady, it's grounded, it's brave. And if joy feels unfamiliar right now, that's okay. You're right where you need to be. It simply means you're still learning to trust calm after chaos. And that can take a little time. But new horizons ahead of you are not discovered by rushing the process or rushing forward. Joy slowly reveals itself as we allow light back into our life. It is your choice. So I'll leave you with this gentle reflection. What small joy have you been resisting? And what would it look like to let it in just for today? You don't need a perfect plan or a roadmap to guide you. You only need to give yourself permission. Choose joy. It's a great place to be. Have a great day.